I so hope it's one of the few last days we get to wear boots. I'm so ready for open-toed shoes. 65 degrees out there this morning. It feels great. Birds are chirping. It's almost bathing suit time. Soon.
Calm down a little bit. Man. We're just getting cranked up.
I'm with her.
Yeah, we got a lot of folks. Today's election day. That's what we got to talk about today. We can't talk about being almost 80 degrees. Everybody wearing shorts, whitey sheets, and everything else. But good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us. This is Athens in the AM Tuesday morning edition. Cooper and Company Live special edition today. Judge Don Mansell joins us. Douglas Patterson, attorney at law, and Tom McAlister. This is just the beginning, boy. Don, I asked you this earlier, but are you nervous on a day like today?
Not really nervous. You know, we've done everything we could, and I don't know anything we would have done a different way. So we just have to wait and see what happens.
It just ain't going to be the same, Doug, not seeing y'all up here once a week. You know.
We'll still drop by.
Once a week up here.
We'll come by on Friday. Maybe bring some chicken and little biscuits.
That's a good day to eat up here. And on Thursdays, we have a live cook up here. Jeff Matthews cooks on Thursday. Here's what's coming up on today's program. Frank and Tony in here on the phone, 230-4988. Or you can text Gloria. I've even got my phone this morning, 230-1123. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Rex Davis is going to tell us a little bit, too. You know, Rex is running for county commissioner over in District 4. But he's also on the Republican committee. This is a sample ballot he's brought in here this morning. This ballot is somewhat complicated, and we'll go over this thing in just a little bit because today's ballot, Rick, if I'm not wrong, is two-sided. So you cannot forget to flip it over. It'll probably take you a little bit more time, but that's the ballot that you'll see today when you go vote starting at 7 o'clock this morning. And Rex will go over that with us a little bit. That's the back side, front side, and we'll talk about how all that's going to work today. The election is about to be over. David Vest in here also this morning. He's running for county commissioner over in Madison County. We'll check in with him. A lot of stuff going on. Today's the election. A lot of you folks probably said, hey, I'm glad this thing's over with. So we'll see how it goes. But if you need to get in touch with us this morning, you can text Gloria 603-4848 or me 230-1123. Promise you I'll have my phone with me. Let's get it cranky today because, hey, it didn't rain yesterday. 90% chance. I stayed in all day. Didn't want to get my hair wet. Never materialized. But today, it's summer.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We're going to be out and about today. Make sure your phone is off, by the way, or it'll be ringing I'm on the Edge there by Lady Gaga in just a moment. Let's talk about that weather forecast. 65 degrees out there already this morning. It feels wonderful. Unless you're headed to Georgia, you may see just a few showers out there. No rain to worry about right now. There is a 20% chance of showers in the forecast today, but possibly just a pop-up shower or a little thunderstorm move through later in the afternoon hours past 4 o'clock. But I think we should be A-OK. High temperatures today, 78, may even hit the 80 mark, and tomorrow even prettier, 78 to 80 for sure. A little bit of clouds out there and a little bit of fog, so just be careful on your way into work. Seatbelt for sure. Look at the extended forecast, looking like spring is going to be here with a little bit of rain and of course the not cool but warm temperatures and the sunshine. Everything's going to be blooming and look great. March Madness, more days move in. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. They're saying that because of this weather, it's definitely going to stir up the flowers. And
don't let the dog out. You might pee on your leg.
But Frank says don't give up on winter just yet. 230-4988 gets Tony this morning.
Now, Don, this is becoming a regular habit.
It is. And I'm generally not a get up early kind of a person. I stay up all night if I need to, but
bed at midnight, up
I'm the
here at 5
exact opposite.
True.
I get up early, go to bed early.
we stayed out kind of late last night putting out stuff and
going and
seeing people. And, you know, and then.
Do you do anything differently? We'll talk more later on this morning, Doug, when it gets down to the final day. I mean, you've done all you can, like Don said.
That's it. The die's cast at this point. So we just kind of relaxed today a little bit. We're going to go vote, obviously. And then we're going to watch the returns come in later tonight, and then tomorrow we'll celebrate.
Have a big victory party tonight.
Right.
I won't be there, but
you can be.
We'll talk more about that later on this morning. Tom, how are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, before we get cranking talking about politics, before we start talking about politics, I want to say congratulations this morning to Dan Style. That's Clay Styles' older brother. Styles 40 was assistant coach on Hartsville's state championship team this year over there with Coach Gotze. But now he is the head coach at Brewer High School. And by the way, the Brewer girls just won the championship too in basketball. So there's Clay's older brother right there, Dan Styles, the new head football coach. They've had a tough time over there winning in football. So congratulations.
It says they're a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, diamond in the rough over that way.
Good
so,
luck.
you know, football season, spring practice gets underway. Alabama's off for a week. Do you go down for any of that?
Oh, yeah, I go down for A-Day and some of the practices. Sure I do.
Yeah.
My stepson lives down there. He's got 4 babies, so we got to go see them at least once a month.
I got that picture of you and Joe Namath, too. I mean, my all-time hero.
With me or Joe Namath?
Mainly Joe, but there he is. He looks like he's shrunk over the years. I mean,
Just a bit.
look at him.
He probably has a little bit. You know,
Had to quit drinking, so what did to him? But yeah,
Except for his head. His head
I
looks
like him better with his hair than his shave.
yeah, he's a dude there. Hey, Doug, you were just telling me that y'all are expecting a child coming up in a couple of months.
In August, yeah.
In August, that's a good month to have. That's when my birthday is. But out of San Diego, this just gives me a chance to tie it in before I forget.
Notice how he made it about him in there.
A Southern California woman says doctors predicted she would give birth, Doug, to a big baby boy, but nobody was prepared for how big. Jaden Sigler weighed 13 pounds and 14 ounces when delivered.
Ooh.
But, and they said, well, how did he fit? You know, but actually, he was far from being the biggest baby ever born.
What is the biggest?
The biggest baby ever delivered was 23 pounds and 12 ounces.
Less
Of course, that was in
mother's heart.
1879.
I don't care what year it was. That poor mother.
And that baby died. The largest surviving birth, according to Guinness, was in 1955, weighed 22 pounds and 8 ounces, named Johnny Lee Dees. I mean, no, I wasn't. Yeah, it was about his age group. So I throw that out there. All right, let's get back on the elections. We're expecting a huge turnout. That's what the paper said this morning. Rex, I'm assuming you already know all that. High turnout today. Alabama's chief election official estimate turnout Tuesday will be high, but falls short of the record. Actually, they're thinking today only 29% of the voters statewide, registered voters will vote, which is kind of a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, but primaries are all that way.
I don't know how they predict those numbers. It just, there's so many variables, you know, that apathy and all that, you know, it's almost impossible somebody to predict.
Wasn't the high last, 4 years ago? Was
Yeah,
the high
I think
on the
so.
primary, I think?
Yeah.
It was about half.
I do want to show this morning. Here's the front page of the Huntsville paper. It's got Dale Strong and Wayne Parker on it. Let me go out and tell you right now, the reason Dale Strong, hold that shot there a minute, Brad. The reason Dale Strong will win this election in a landslide, he's drinking a Sundrop.
Oh, Jack Pierce is happy.
He's drinking a Sundrop. Wayne Parker's at the Blue Plate Cafe, and Dale is at the Monrovia Market in Delhi yesterday. And Dale is drinking himself a Sundrop right there. So
We're all hooked on Sundrop, aren't we?
yeah, well, and Sundrop advertiser of ours. Of course, the big election today, of course, it's a presidential thing. I noticed Mitt Romney's got Randy Owen on his side, Jeff Foxworthy on his side. All he needs now is my support.
You think?
But I'm a Romney person. I will go ahead and tell you all that. I will vote for Mitt Romney
I
today.
don't know who I like.
If Newt don't win either Mississippi or Alabama, he's done. He's out. Santorum, you know, he could still come in there, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is Romney's to win or lose.
Jamie, did you see Santorum at Dreamland in Tuscaloosa? Did you see
No.
those pictures? I saw on some website, AL.com or something like that, these pictures of Santorum at Dreamland's eating ribs, and he looked like, and I don't know about Santorum, I don't know anything about him other than what I see on TV, but it looked like he was struggling to eat those ribs. Looked like he hadn't had his hands dirty in a while.
Well, you know, Romney said he just learned how to eat
Probably
grits.
Yeah.
Hey, Judge, why is it everybody that's running now for Chief Justice or whatever they're running for, they grew up poor?
Yeah. Worked on a farm.
Now, Romney ain't saying that, but they grew up poor, worked on a farm,
Been on a tractor.
you know, driven a tractor, cut wood. David, you know what I'm talking about. Rode a horse, knows how to go out and kill something. Went to church since they was 3 years old.
But their hands are as soft as mine.
And Mama was basically, a saint. Daddy was too, hard worker, coal miner, whatever. I don't know a lot of people like that, except when it comes to election time.
Picked cotton.
Well,
forget
you and
that.
I are like that, but
But that's the way it was, man. I did grow up on a farm. Of course, we all know how my political experience went.
I got a tractor right now that, you know, I'll ride it when I get, that's my
You
therapy.
haven't had time to be on that tractor
No, but
lately,
that's my
have
therapy. I go home and ride the tractor, you know, bush hog or something.
You know, you see, Tom, you see these candidates walking out, toting a big gun, shooting ducks, whatever it is.
Well, that's the political consultants telling them this is what they
You
need
got a
to
Glock
do.
on you?
Can't say.
I know Tony's got one on him over there. I know Tony's got to have one. But anyway, y'all get out and vote today. We'll be talking about the election throughout the program today. I got a couple other things I want to talk about this morning. Changing the subject, boys. Changing the subject. Speaking of a guy who probably could use a new hairstyle, Gary Clem, but that leads me into this story. And we've got to get in touch with a Moulton woman has won the Hairstylist of the Year in Birmingham Fashion Week competition.
Which one of those people is there?
Deidre Smith is the top stylist and 20 hairstylist participants in the event over the weekend. She's a Moulton woman. Little does she know that we will be contacting her to see if she can give me and Gary Clem possibly a new do. Now, Gary's probably like me, ain't nobody gonna touch my hair. I've made mine a living looking like this.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey Brad, you bring us in that leftover goat and chicken stew? All gone. Yeah, we'll talk to Brad Canutt in just a little bit too. All right, before we get on and get things started, because Rex is going to explain the ballot to us in just a little bit. We've got a lot of candidates in here, but you've got special guests we're going to talk about a charity coming up. I'm going to take time out right now, Doug, to do a Dear Jamie. Since we're all married folks up here, you can all feel free to get in on this right here. Is it possible, Dear Jamie, for two married co-workers of the opposite sex to be friends? First and foremost, before I go further on this, I'm going to say, no, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
How's this going, Frank? Already, see? We already got it.
Frank, Tony, Brad, Corey, Dave.
I ain't talking about them. They work for me.
They work with us, and they're all men. That's the key.
Said, I've been married to Jane for 15 years, yada, yada, yada. A year ago, she discovered I was texting my co-worker, Lisa, with whom I've had a professional relationship. She became upset, said a male and female could not have a friendship because eventually one of them would want something else. So I discontinued all outside communications with her. 8 months later, Lisa, the woman that used to work with me, you with me, Doug? Caught her husband cheating and moved out of the house. I began texting her to inquire if everything was okay during this difficult time in her life. I can't care where this is going right now, and it ain't good. Well, my wife saw those messages. Now she thinks I'm cheating, and she's ready to file for divorce. For the record, I've never once seen Lisa outside of work or ever called her, just by text. I am being persecuted for something I never did and will never do. Boils down to this question, Jamie. Can a male and female be friends without strings attached?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all about an experience I once had.
Oh, yes.
And this was before texting.
This involved one of your ex-wives?
Yes. That's before they even had text.
You text Lisa?
Who?
Lisa Norris. I don't even look at your text messages.
That ain't going the right place.
She's a female.
Listen, if you can play a guitar, that's better than texting. Because Corey, it's just something about guys that wear skinny jeans and have a guitar. I mean,
So do you play guitar?
no, that was my problem.
He won't let musicians and Corey be around.
Yeah, I don't trust musicians. Doug, being a man of the law, what do you think on that?
Well, I think your wife needs to come see me, first off.
You do divorce?
Yes.
Bring your checkbook.
That's right. Or his.
Good consultation.
As long as you can write a check off of his, I don't care.
No, I'm talking about in a professional.
No, I think you're absolutely right, Jamie. I mean,
Suck
I kind of like you, Doug.
Suck up,
You agree with me.
well, if you're
Suck up.
texting about work, that's one thing. But if you're texting about how you doing since you left your husband, that's a problem, in my opinion.
So how big of a problem is text now in divorces?
It's actually not a big problem in divorces. It actually helps us out because it's normally a paper trail.
You can go back and recover that stuff forever.
Yeah, I mean, you do divorce too, I guess.
I do.
But you'll be the new probate judge after today, so you won't be doing it. Well, when do we take office?
January.
January. Oh, so you can go up there and you got a lot to learn. You might want to get Mike Davis on speed dial.
Oh, yeah. I already have him on speed dial.
He's a good person.
Tom,
what was your answer on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, see? Everybody's in on that.
No. Everyone is not in on that. Well, then from now on, you start texting Brad, Dave, Corey, and you do the work.
They don't look in a skirt like you do.
What is
Have you
that?
seen them in a
Texting
skirt?
them. Yeah.
I've had
When have you
All right,
seen
I'm going to
them?
take a break. When we come back, I think we may have to, we'll do a little bit of news periodically throughout the show. We'll talk to Rex Davis next, explain this ballot to everybody, and we'll talk to a lot of other folks later on this morning. Don't forget to get out and vote today. Polls open at 7, close at 7. If I understand it right, Rex, if you're still in the polling place when they close, you still get to vote.
If you're in line.
They will let
If
you
you're in
if you're in line.
you get to vote. All right, we'll talk with all the folks in here later on. Just get out and vote today. It's early right now. Polls open in 45 minutes. We'll take a
We'll be
break.
there.
Y'all, hang on.